So the many worlds to me is I guess it's similar but different from like an infinite universe, right? So some people we
Yeah.
definitely have the observable universe.
Yes.
That's clear. We don't know what goes beyond that, or if it does anything or everything. Would do you think the universe could be infinite, which and all that implies and would come with being infinite means everything else that exists that could exist, and how do you feel about that? Does infinity exist in real life, and is the universe infinite?
There we've got an indicator. Okay. The the infinite universe has a it's not just a conjecture because there's one thing that we know for sure at this point. And what that is that the universe's geometry is flat. Okay. So if you go out, you got a set of train tracks, envision just two train tracks running parallel, and you run them all the way halfway across the universe. They will never meet. They will always be parallel, which means that the universe's geometry is flat. That can mean one of three things, but one of those three things is that the universe is infinite. And if that's the case, that ends the Fermi paradox right there, because in infinity, it's impossible to be alone.
Right.
So there's the end of the paradox right there. So it is possible that we could prove at some point, if we eliminate the other possibilities of, you know, geometries of the universe, that we could prove that it must be infinite. So there's some hope there as to proving that. But that comes with, like I said, a whole lot of weird, interesting, spooky stuff, you know.
Yeah, literally infinite, unimaginable things we can
Yep.
imagine, and infinite things we can't. But does it? Since the Big Bang, we've measured the expansion of the universe, and it's spreading out at faster than the speed of light because it's growing, right? Aside from expanding.
Yeah.
Given those two things, we know the rate of which we know the speed of light, and we know, or do, and it's more of a question, do we know the rate at which the new, I guess, space time is expanding? Can we just combine those two to figure out how big the unobservable universe is?
No, there's reasons that you can't, and it's entirely in the mathematics, admittedly, but you can't place that parameter on it. But what you can do is measure the expansion of the universe. We know that's going on. We can actually see that in the redshift of galaxies and everything like that. We know it's expanding,
Mm-hmm.
and it brings you back to a point, the Big Bang, but it doesn't actually address whether the universe is finite or infinite, just because of how that works mathematically. It's very hard to envision it, but it deals more with geometries of the universe and things like that. And when you get into that, you see that it does actually work that way. But it also could simply mean that it's not infinite and that it all just came from the Big Bang. Another question is what is the universe expanding into? Is it expanding into a previous universe that's infinite? And then it's all like soap bubbles where big bangs are going off in this huge matrix of an already expanded universe from long, long ago. And that was actually a point by Roger Penrose in his, which is a variation of this, but it's a cyclic, you know, cyclic conformal cosmology, I think. And there, this is just one iteration, big bang after big bang, and they just keep going, infinitely, which is another type of infinite universe.